Hey up, back again. What I'm going to do now is start the series on, or the video on the Land Rover for winter preparation. As I've said previously, it's been basically stood up for the whole of the summer, say from April, May time-ish until yesterday really. Go out every so often, check it out. Start it up and things like that, make sure that everything's as it should be. I've still got a little couple of jobs to do on it, about an hour's worth, if that. The stuff that I'm going to show you now is that what I keep in, which I'll put in now, which will be in there now until next April really, and it'll stop in there permanently unless I'm doing jobs on one of the local farms and stuff like that. And then it'll be taken out if I need the room. But it's all boxed up in aluminium grab boxes. It just basically sits in there until I need it. Well, hopefully I never do. But I've used bits and pieces for myself and for my colleagues at work when we've been given fastballs to do. It does come in handy to have. There's only really me who uses the Land Rover, and most of my journeys, I think the furthest I usually goes on a regular basis is about 35 miles away from my home, which is a good day's walk. If I have to, if I have to get back, I can do it. I've done more than 35 miles before. It's been a killer. It has been good. Don't get me wrong. It's something I'd volunteered to do every day. But I have done distances, and the idea is that I've got a bug out bag or a get home bag, whatever whatever the bunny rabbits want to call it these days. Basically, it's something that I can carry my kids in, so it can get me back home to my family, which I've said before is my responsibility to look after. I've also got a nifty little snug back belt, like a little belt order thing that I got during the summer, and there's on sale for Amazon. Might still be on there. Very good deal. I think it's something like £13, something like £12. But we'll have a look at that in a bit. So, without further ado, we'll have a quick look. As I was saying, if I use my Land Rover to go any further distances, and I've got the wife and kids with us, then obviously I'll put a few more extra bits of kit in for them, just to keep them entertained really. I'm not bothered about them freezing to death, I'm just more worried about them doing me head in with, are we there yet? And how many more episodes of The Simpsons is it before we get there? Little things to keep them occupied, because I can't think of anything worse than being broke down at the side of a motorway or any road in bad weather, with a couple of kids going on in your ear, and you all that's telling you should have had a sensible car. So let's go and have a look at some of the kit then. I'll start off with this is me. Well, for want of a better word, what people call it, your bug out bag. We'll have a look at that separately, but that's got majority of let's say food, like light sticks, food, that type of thing. A couple of spare t-shirts and a water bottle and a canteen. But we'll have a proper look into that. I've still got a bit of stuff that needs to go back into it. Got the water that I got, as I was saying, instead of just buying the big bottles, just use these individual bottles, 3 litres there. I think it was £1.19, so I'm happy with that. Clothing wise, like I said, it is winter. If you do break down, you're out there, you get wet, you're going to be there for a long time. You do need spare stuff with you. So I usually have a barber jacket, that type of thing, in the car anyway. But I've got a Pacamac, well, I call it Pacamac. It's like a waterproof jacket with a front load, a front zip. It's quite a good quality one. It's old, but I've used it for quite some time now. I use it for mountain bike instructing. So it's had a few knocks, but it is a good quality one, and it lasts. What I've got here is a set of waterproof and PU something, petrol something or other, like insulated coveralls. Got side pockets on. They're quite tactical, tactical black. Obviously you can tell it's got a name tape on it. So, and, you know, gear belt and stuff like that. Another expensive piece of equipment, but it's been worth its weight in gold over the years. Got a buffalo jacket, or you can get a snug packed, you know, jacket for buffalo. This is the second one I've had, and I can't fault this company or the jacket itself. It's got side vents on, big loading pocket at the front, two little side pockets. It's got a nice little furry collar. Absolutely fantastic when you're stuck outside and it's brass monkeys weather. Good bit of kit to have. Just going back over to here, I've got two sleeping bags. They're not nothing special. This is an army issued jungle bag that I've had for a number of years, and these are just a cheap, I think it's a 2-season sleeping bag. But once you put them inside each other, which is that's the whole idea behind it, you get quite a good sleeping bag. And I've slept out with it in quite in the back of the Land Rover in quite, I wouldn't say severe weather, but chilly, fairly chilly, and it's kept me nice and comfy. We've worked in with the other equipment that I've got. So they're good to have for emergencies, you know, road traffic accidents, things like that. And again, if you break down, you've got the kids with you, you can just unzip them, throw them over as like a little quilt type of thing. What else we got? A couple of hats. I've got a waterproof, like a wax waterproof barber type of hat. That is usually keep with my jacket. That's usually always in the car anyway. Turtle fleece hat, or turns into like one of these neck things, you know, like a neck, you know, head over, I think they call them, or something like that these days, or a snoozle, or some smoozle, or whatever it's called. I've got two pair of gloves, waterproof insulate gloves. I've got a small pair and then an extra large pair. It's not that I've got extra large hands like Coco the Clown, or, you know, it's really Mr. Big Hand Man. It's just that these when they're on will fit into them, so it gives you a double pair to wear. Hopefully I'll never get that cold that I have to wear two pair of gloves like that. I've got a secondary fire extinguisher that I put in. For some reason during the winter I always put a second one in. I don't really know why. I've got one of these already in the car, and it lives under the seat of the car where I can get at it easily. But for some reason I always put a second one in. I've got a first aid kit, which is a standard green health and safety first aid kit, and all I've added in there is a couple of packs of ibuprofen tablets, anti-inflammatory tablets, good for headaches, that type of thing. A couple more sets of the medical gloves, and a couple of plasters, that type of thing, and this like a spray skin. I can't remember what company makes it now, but it's alright. You know, cut your hand, clean it off and whatever, and then to put the spray skin on, and it seals it. I always have, with this one especially, to have it taped up. That way I'm not tempted just to go into it to grab something. I know when I've been in it and you know what needs doing with it. It's fully checked and it's restocked for this year. Done the hats and the gloves. I always keep a 3-cell mag light. They're not the most powerfulest light in the world anymore, but at 3 cells, it's got a bit of heft to it, I should say. It's, you know, you've all used or you've all seen mag lights in the past. Like I said, in comparison these to, you know, the new Surefire or the LED, you know, the LED lenses, or the, you know, the Cree, I think it's called. Then really these, you know, it's what it does on the can. It's been used around for years. Various tools: clipper knife, machete, axe, and a shovel, because you know, uses a snow shovel. I always put them in during the winter because of fallen trees. I live fairly rural, and sometimes I'll even just keep your chainsaw in there. But it depends on how busy I am. I've got a gas cooker. You've all seen these before. It's got a gas loaded in it. It's got a gas loaded in, and I've got another one in my toolkit. Just makes it handy for making a brew and stuff like that when you're out on the road. If you you sat there for quite some time, or if you just get an opportunity for a brew, a nice picnic area or something, and that's where some of the stuff sometimes I'll use the stuff out my bug out bag. I've got a spare pair of socks and a pair of these trespass boots that I didn't get until last year. They're all rubberised and nice fur inside, and they're quite warm. They're nice, nice to have with you. This is the little snug bag I was on about. So it was anything say from £10 to £15. I keep quite a bit of stuff in here. I've got another clipper style knife, which I only discovered this year. Halters or something like that. Nice sturdy little blade, quite thick. I quite enjoy it. It's quite a good little knife for the price. I think it's about £5 or something. Quite happy with that. Paracord, usual paracord bracelet. Binocular. Another torch. That's LED torch. Spare batteries. What else have I got in here? Let's have a look. Another torch. It's a windy up one this time. And on the bottom of it, it's got my charger for my phone, my spare phone that I keep. This one. 100-foot paracord in that one, or I think it's 557 cord or something you could call it in America. Spare phone, with camera, and it's got a radio on it, so at least I won't be bored if I listen to things. The 2 metre and 70 centimetre radio, which I'm not qualified to use, but if this hits the fan, then I'll be calling for help on it, I'm afraid. But I will be doing a course on it next year, so get qualified. I've got 3 of these. I managed to get a good deal on 3 2 metre, 70 centimetre radios, so I'm quite happy with them. What have we got? Gel packs, heat packs. Just basically snap a little clicky thing inside, and it brings heat, which I quite enjoy. And that's it in the book. There's no worse than being left stranded somewhere and bored. So at least you've got a book to read. And it gives you some ideas. Fairly practical book that is. It could be anything you want. 50 Shades of Grey, whatever floats your boat, really. I'm not saying really 50 Shades of Grey is the best book in the world, but you're getting the idea. Yeah, so just keep a little bit of basics in the car. I'm lucky. Like I said, I've got the Discovery, which is quite a big, substantial car. There's only me in it really most of the time, so I can have my little bits and pieces lying around. I will add on. Not really with this kit, because this kit, like I said, is left in the car. But it all depends on where I'm going, and I'm the same with yourselves. You adjust your equipment to your needs. Like I said, the majority of the time, I say 98% of the time, I'm not going any further than 30 miles away from where I live, and I know I can walk that. How long it take me? I don't know. I'm not as fit as I used to be. I'm no racing snake anymore. Or Bergen carrying a pony. So there won't be any tabbing around for me, but eventually I'll get 30 miles. I'm sure I can make that. So should be some pictures coming in from somewhere, and then we'll start on the Land Rover part, packing that for the POL and stuff like that. Alright then, cheers.